Hi, Malaika.
Hi, Raksha. How are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Very well. So good to see you. So good to see you after
Same here.
so very long.
True, this pandemic has made sure that we don't meet.
Well, actually, it's the pandemic strangely has made sure that we don't meet, but we actually take the trouble to connect with people now a lot more because I feel, that's the least you can do because you can't meet. So at least you pick up the phone or you FaceTime, etc., etc. So I think that's a good thing. And for everybody who doesn't know, I've actually known Raksha for a really long time because both our kids, our boys, have gone to school together. They were in class together. They were, really close friends. I've spent so much of time with her son over at my place. So that's literally how far back we Raksha and me actually go. So that's really very sweet to finally do this with you.
True. We've known each other for years now, Malaika, that's true.
True, very long, very long.
And
And you
actually,
were
you don't need an introduction, but let me still just, briefly go ahead and just tell my viewers that, you are an Indian actor, a dancer, a model, a VJ, a television personality, a producer, a co-founder of Sarva Yoga, and a fitness enthusiast. And today we're going to talk all about fitness.
That's right.
So I'm so
All about
excited
fitness.
So, Malaika, we've all seen you as an icon behind the screen, and we've performed on Chaya Chaya songs for our friends and family, Sangeet as well. But I feel so privileged enough to know you personally. And as you rightly mentioned, we've known each other for years now. And, I've seen you in playing so many different roles, as a mother, a supporting sister, and a loving and caring mother, just a support system for everybody around you. And you've not only been around Arhan, but you've also been around our kids when, they've come for a play date, a
Stayovers.
sleepover, or you've taken them. So I'm so grateful to know this loving, caring, and protective side of you.
Well, I think all women mothers are blessed, right, with with these so many different dimensions to their life. So um I think, and most importantly, I think once you become a mother, uh, automatically your whole attitude, your whole life choices, your decisions, everything changes. I mean, everything revolves around your kids, and I think I've had some of the most entertaining times when all the kids were over and we would all hang and we'd chat and we'd have these really fun evenings and sleepovers. So yeah, I kind of now miss that because now all of them are grown up and they're all doing their own thing. So no more of all of that. Now they're too private about their lives. They are not going to share too much. So I
True.
miss that. I do miss some of that.
They've grown up amazing lives.
Yeah, true. That's it. Touch wood. All the kids, by the grace of God, have all grown up. They're all big. They've all made, they're all making career choices. They're all making these choices independently, and they're all touch wood, wonderful kids. So yeah, we're blessed. I'm really happy that we have that.
True. Malaika, my first question to you. You are the fitness icon of India. I want to start by understanding the basics with you as to what's the difference between exercise, a physical activity, and fitness.
That's a very confusing question, but I think we all I think being the first one that you said is physical activity is something we all indulge in at some level in our life, doing various things. I mean, being a mother at home, running from room to room, cooking this, cleaning, it entails some sort of a physical activity. So it could be anything, walking your dog, doing but that is all physical activity which goes on 24/7 through the day, through the year. When it comes to exercise, I think that's a very conscious effort that you make for yourself. You actually pin down that this is what you want to do for your body so that it remains. And when I say body, I always say that you're doing it not because you have to be a certain body type or a size. When I say you're doing it for your body, I say it purely from a fitness exercise point of view. And I think to achieve all of this, you have to have a certain level of fitness in your life. To be able to do, whether it's exercise or a physical activity or all of that, you have to have a certain level of fitness. Now, if you are the type, this fitness of yours could have started early in life, or then you start a little late. But I always say it's never too late to start that fitness level in your life. And some amount of that fitness will always take you, will always give you, you will always reap the benefits of that fitness for, as you know, the longer that you live on this planet. So that's it's very essential, because that is what will actually keep you going, keep you healthy, keep you fit, keep you both mind, body, and soul. I always believe you should never do anything in isolation. It should be in tandem with everything. So your mind, body, and soul they have to be in tandem for you to be able to have a fit mind and body.
I so agree with you. You know, a mind body soul connection is so amazing, and if you get that, you've understood yourself so much better.
It's very important to listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to what it says, because your body tells you, it gives you all your signals and signs. So you should have that connection, and I think that just makes it simpler.
True. So when did your fitness journey really start? Was it right from childhood? Was it much later in life?
I think for me, fitness has been part and parcel of my life forever. I mean, having said that, when you talk about fitness, along with fitness, nutrition is something which is so important, which is something that you have so much of knowledge about, and you made a career out of. And I feel right nutrition and fitness together, they really do go hand in hand. And you know, if you could be fit, but if you don't have the right nutrition, it's useless, you know, and vice versa. So they really do complement each other. Coming back to talking fitness for me has been, you know, forever. I mean, from the time I can remember. So that is exactly, I started doing dance at a very early age, which for me was a physical activity. Literally, that's how it started. But that is what led me to have a certain kind of a lifestyle. And I think whether it's dance, whether it's sport, all this gives you a very disciplined sort of lifestyle. You know, you have to be very disciplined to follow it through. You can't be whimsical about it. You can't say, "Acha ki aaj dance practice kar lenge," ya aaj, you know, today let's, you know, practice some sport. It doesn't work like that. You have to follow it through. There's a certain amount of discipline, and I think it's very essential, you know. So I think that's really what helped me. That dance put me in a very good physical and mental space, and I continue to do that for very long. And I continue to do dance. I may not be doing it actively, as in a profession, or doing doing it every day of my life, but it's very much part of my fitness regime. So yes, that's pretty much where it started, and then as life continued, it was part and parcel of my life.
Yes, and you build your I think era.
Well, I made a career out of dancing. Dancing makes me happy. So yeah, why not? It's good pheromones. That's what it is.
True. Malaika, you and I both got pregnant around the same time, and we both delivered, you know, our sons around the same time as well. In our culture where I come from, we believe that, you know, resting enough, eating right, and bonding with our kids is the first priority in the first 20 to 40 days of our delivery. When did you really start exercising, and how did you deal with your post-pregnancy?
Well, even I pretty much went through the same thing. I remember my everybody around saying, you know, take it easy for the first 40 days, you know, 40, 50 days, which is pretty much even what I did. Took it easy, that whole getting used to, you know, staying up late at night, and like you said, bonding and understanding, because you know, I guess so many women actually go through postpartum, which is something which is so prevalent, you know, and it's very important at that time to be aware of it, because it's very easy. I mean, it's very you can very easily go in, you know, down that road. So spend the first 40 days spending every waking hour staring at my son's face, waiting, when is he going to cry? Is he hungry? Is he And luckily, I think Indian households, we have so much of help, our parents, everybody all around. So that always makes such a huge difference, family and friends that rally around you. That makes such a big difference. But I would say Arhan was born in November. And by, I would say, end of like mid-December, end of December, I started slowly getting back into my fitness. End December, beginning Jan, I think I started getting back into my fitness thing. And of course, I started slowly because your body is going through so much of changes, so you can't push yourself and suddenly decide to go crazy overnight. And let me tell you, it wasn't easy. It was also a task, because I was like, oh my God, how am I supposed to drop this weight? And I just felt like it's never gonna happen. So but then yes, I started slowly, and then I got into it, and I formed a routine that I followed every single day. And and then I think I lost it all that weight, and I was back at work. I remember properly, actively, I was back in like 3 months or whatever. I was back at work. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty
Full
fast.
on.
I mean,
Yeah.
I remember I'd only put on 11 kgs during my entire pregnancy. And the moment I delivered Chan and I left the hospital, I was only 3 kgs up. But I'm not sure if I would have gotten back to losing those extra 3 kgs also within 3 months. I wasn't even bothered then. It was so much adjusting the whole new atmosphere, adjusting with a baby, a new life. Too much to deal with, I think.
True, very true. Yes, but like I said, very true. All of that, just that adjusting and trying to figure things out. But like I said, we have so much of this that we have so much around, our family. Like I had my mom living with me, so I could actually take out that time every day for myself, that 1 hour. And I always say that, I've said a million times, women should be able to take that 1 hour in the day for themselves, no matter what, whether children, home, your spouse, your partner, friends, phone, internet, jo bhi hai. Just forget about it and let that 1 hour be your time. And and just enjoy it, make the most of it. I mean, whether it's physical activity, whether it's fitness, whatever it may be, whatever you feel like elevates you, you should do that and give that 1 hour to yourself.
I agree. Me time is very important, not only for us per se, but we become better human beings around people we love as well. So yes, me time, downtime. Like you have a body actually die for, and there are many who want to be like you. But being in a fabulous shape is not like an overnight job. And I mean, we all know that, right? And I'm sure it's taken a lot of years of commitment and discipline for you to be there. I remember when we used to have the parents' race in our school, in a kids' school, we would have barely crossed 5 meters in the 100-meter race, and you would have finished the race by then. So how have you reached that stage, that level of strength and agility?
Well, actually, full disclosure, I used to train. I used to run state level when I was in school. So I've always had that training. That's one part of me. The other part of me is I'm very, very competitive, extremely competitive. So yeah, well, that's my note. So I will not, I don't back down so easily. So whether it's a race or whether it was anything in school, an elocution competition or whatever, I would always, I would just give it my best. And like I said, I'm really competitive. And I think every time we would have these races, I think my son would always tell me, Mama, don't forget, win that medal and come. It's that medal you're winning for me. I was like, yeah, okay. He would always tell me that. But it was fun.
Yeah. So are you saying that, being competitive is your driving force, and is that the thing that keeps you committed and motivated as well?
To a large extent, yes. To a large extent. I'm very, very competitive, and but having said that, I'm not neurotic about it. I have a very good approach. But yes, I am somebody, I can never leave anything half done, half attended. I have to see it through. I have to be able to, give it my best. There are no shortcuts for me. So yes, But I think that being competitive or wanting to excel or wanting to be better is definitely my driving force, and is what keeps me going and keeps me on my toes, actually.
So is that your driving force even right? I mean, even when you go through crisis, or is it just when you are up on a high and you're kind of, yes, come on, let's go for it?
No, actually, honestly, Raksha, I think we all have kabhi kabhi hum log, because somebody actually said आप हिंदी में भी बात कर लो, so I will talk a little bit in हिंदी, कि वो कभी हम सुबह उठते हैं और हमें लगता है कि कुछ करना ही नहीं है, मतलब बिस्तर से बाहर निकलना ही नहीं है. We all have those days कि बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं करना है, बस ऐसे ही घर में बैठना है. So I think to actually motivate yourself every single day is a challenge by itself. And कभी कभी ऐसा भी लगता है कि हमें एक कोई लेट नाइट हो, या कुछ हमने लेट खा लिया, या दोस्तों के साथ थोड़ी बहुत थोड़ा लेट हो गया, और अगले दिन हमको नहीं उठना है, बस ऐसे ही कुछ नहीं करना है, बस ऐसे ही घर में बैठना है. लेकिन that luxury is not there. You have to wake up, you got to be out there, you got to get to work. And there are so many times, sometimes somebody tells me, it's okay, forget it, skip your workout tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah. But when I wake up, I'm like, no. I'm like, I want to wake up. I want to go do my workout, do my thing, and that is what keeps me going. It keeps me energetic. It keeps my mind busy. It keeps me fresh. I feel I'm a lot more productive when I am, done some sort of a physical activity. I'm a lot more productive. My mind is sharper. Otherwise, I just feel like it's a waste of a day. I really do. And I feel I need to optimize my day, my 24 hours to the maximum, literally.
Wow, that is some drive that you have within you to just get up and go, no matter whatever routine you've had the previous day, whether you feel like getting, no matter what. I think that's one commitment that you probably are making with yourself, and standing by the word, and the commitment that you've made to yourself, because probably I think it also comes from a lot of self-value, self-worth, and self-love as well, which helps you stay committed on.
Absolutely.
Wow. Cool.
You could turn on every day and say, oh, I want to be like this one, and oh, I want to look like that one, and oh, I want to achieve this. But if you're not going to put yourself out there, if you're not going to love yourself and be consistent, you could want to do a lot of things, but to be consistent is very important. Yes, I think being consistent. I think consistency is very, very important in whatever you're doing in life, anything and everything.
And and we believe that building strength is not like an overnight thing. It's a journey. It's a destination. It's not really even a destination. It's an ongoing process that you're going to live through. And
I don't look at it as कि point A से point B तक जाना है. ऐसे नहीं. ये तो मेरी पूरी जिंदगी मुझे ऐसे जाना है, ऐसे चलना है, ऐसे इसी force के साथ, इसी enthusiasm के साथ. So yeah, that's how I look at it.
True. And I love your new mantra, that that strength is your new immunity. The strength is your new immunity. Yes. I love that. So what's your advice to those who want to, really get stronger, get a toned body? What's your one advice?
I see strength is here also. It's not just this. It's this. First make this strong before anything else, because once this is strong, you can achieve anything. And let me tell you, like I said, it's consistency. Not achieve having a good body or toned body, or being physically fit if you think हाँ महीने में 2 बार मैं कर लूंगी. It's not gonna happen. You have to try and do it. You have to 30 days in a month. You have to at least set a target for at least 20 days in the month of having to through. You can't literally, like I said, you can't wake up and say, 2 days in a month and I'll be fit and fine and strong and toned. It's not going to happen. Let me tell. Even me. Post my son, normal thing. Belly fat and stretch marks and all of that. It's just normal what women have to deal with. Cellulite, everything. But and I remember feeling very heartbroken. I was like, oh my God, what, I never had any of this. But then I was like, you know what, it's okay. These are these are my scars, and these are scars that I should be proud of, and I will make sure that I work extra hard to, to make sure that I'm toned and I'm fit and all of that. So yeah, I really did put my mind to it. And actually, honestly, my that kind of physical fitness level, which I kind of took it from, like many notches higher, was definitely post my son. Because before that, you take so much for granted. You're younger, your body bounces back, without a problem. You don't think about these things. But after you hit a certain age, you hit 40, everything changes, everything does. Suddenly you're like, oh my God, it's not as easy as it looked or it was. And you have to really strive much harder. So I always say, if you make that little effort earlier, the benefits you will reap later. Yes, Alhan, you can come and say hi to Raksha. Oh.
So do you think, Malaika, age has impacted the levels of your physical fitness? Or, I mean, looking at you, it doesn't look like, but you would know the inside story. So have there been any challenges that you faced, as you've grown older?
Like I said, you hit 40 and everything after that starts to, go defy gravity and everything. You have to really work extra hard. So I'm no different. But like I said, I don't give up. I have pushed myself harder. But yes, after a certain age, you've got to deal with a lot of other issues. But whatever. I mean, everybody has different health issues after a certain age. I mean, mine may be different from yours and hers, and etc. So whether it is eating right, whether it is women, any which ways, have so many issues post 40. Whether it's hormonal, whether it's calcium. So you anyways have these issues. You have to take extra care. So you've got to obviously consult your doctor. You have to get proper advice, so that you know that you're not injuring yourself, and you're doing it right, and you're doing it under proper guidance. So these are anyways things that are very important. Vitamins, eating correctly, every day following some sort of physical act, which is a walk or a swim or a jog. I just, like I said, I never knew yoga before. I never knew yoga. I never did anything of yoga. Till one fine day, I had such a bad injury that I had to do something to rectify that injury, to make sure that I was fine. I could barely move my left leg. I was in so much pain, and that's when I was introduced to yoga, and I started doing yoga very slowly. Like, few things, started with few kriyas, pranayams, asanas, and slowly, I started building my strength and my knowledge where yoga was concerned. So it took me a couple of years to understand and to be the level that I am today. It didn't happen overnight, but I feel the strength that I have today thanks to yoga. I never had that earlier. I didn't. It's a different sort of strength that I have now.
Wow, that's amazing. And I also think, yoga is a very spiritual practice. Yes. It helps you connect your mind, body, soul. And I think that's the strength that you are talking of currently, rather than the strength that you would have achieved by weight training.
Exactly. I don't believe in that. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do it, but for me, this is more important. And everybody thinks yoga is, oh, it's slow, it's boring. There's so many myths about it. But I'm not joking. The strength that I feel physically and mentally through yoga has been life-changing for me. And I think also, apart from my injury, I think yoga also came into my life when I was also going through so much of a personal upheaval in my own space. So it really helped me. It really it just made me a stronger, calmer person. I connected with, I think it's so important to understand yourself before you try to take on the world or whatever it may be. So I think it really helped me at a lot of levels, and I'm so glad I'm so glad yoga came into my life. I'm just so happy about it.
That's wonderful. Malaika, there are different forms of physical exercises. Which ones do you prefer over another, and why?
Well, without a doubt, I love yoga. But I think I'm somebody who speaks about yoga and practices it and puts it out there every day of my life, because I truly believe in it. For me, it's not a fad. For me, it's not something that I say, okay, chalo yoga kar lete, dekhte hai. No, for me, it's a way of life now. But yes, I feel a little bit of everything in moderation is very good. I do a little bit of weightlifting. I do a little bit of Pilates. I walk. So yeah, it's a little bit of what works for you. You have to find that rhythm within yourself, and of course, you have to do something that you can follow through. That you don't start something which you're not going to be able to do it, henceforth. So do something that you can follow through, that you can make part of your daily life. So like I said, I like a little bit of all of it. I love a little bit of weight training as well as Pilates. I think the three of them together for me work brilliantly, I think.
Wow. And we all know, that the warm-ups are equally important as much as recovery and rest is.
Absolutely.
How much time do you really give to warm-ups and resting, recovery period?
Enough, and because I feel that's where all the injury happens. That is the reason for injury, which is why I had the injury in the past, because I was not properly warmed up, and I just went into I was rehearsing. So yes, warm up and cool down are two very, very essential part of any workout. So before you start your workout, make sure a good 10 minutes of warm up, get your body warmed up so that you are ready to to do any form of exercise. And at the end of it, it is extremely important to cool down, because any which way you've taken your heart rate to a certain level, you need to bring it back to normal, and you can only do that when you cool down. That's why I love yoga, because that end, just lying in Shavasana, is my most favorite.
I agree. The days when I don't want to do any yoga, I'll tell my yoga teacher, just let me do asana. I'll be sorted for today.
That is it. बस ऐसे ही मुझे छोड़ दो शवासन में on my mat, and I am the happiest.
So Malaika, right now we are dealing with a lot of work from home culture, and that has impacted a lot of activities that one used to earlier do in their routines, and also added a lot of stress. So how can we currently include more physical activity and deal with our stress simultaneously?
I think it is the need of the hour. Suddenly the whole world to be working from home. Forget adults. Children have to deal with it. I mean, kids are not used to being at home like this. For them, school life and for them, outdoor life is what they need for a child to grow up in a good and healthy environment. And suddenly to be cooped up in the house morning, noon and night is tough on everybody. So yes, on elders as well as on children. Elders have other stress to deal with, whether it's monetary stress, work stress, just you're dealing with that as well, plus taking care of family 24/7, so it's all of it is impacting people at various levels. Yes, there are loads of ways to deal with things. Firstly, small things. I feel, I think in times like this, it's very important to reach out to people. Try and make that one call or that one message to that one person, a different every day. Try and reach out to people just to reassure them that, you know what, we are there. Is there anything that you need? Is there any way that we can help? I think people in right now, with whatever they're going through, people need that. You need support. You need a little bit of reassurance. So reach out. And I think everybody should try and make that a practice every day, to try and reach out to somebody and help in whatever way. In terms of fitness, yes, we are all living very sedentary lives. We are not doing as much activity as we used to. But having said that, I have found a great way to stay active at home, which is I work out online. I do my yoga online classes every single day. So that has been a real boon for me. It really has helped me. Literally through the pandemic last year and this year, I didn't miss a single day of my yoga workout, because I would have it online. I would go online and I would work out and follow everything and do it that way. So that really, really, really helped me. Apart from the doing yoga, the meditation part of it really helped me. I was hearing a lot of meditation apps. I was listening to that. We have on our Sarva app, we have amazing meditation. We have amazing sleep meditation that we have. So all of it has really, really helped me. Apart from that, I think the only time that I couldn't actually work out was when I had COVID. That was the only time where I couldn't do any sort of workout because I was just too weak to do anything. So yes, that was probably the only time that I actually took a break from everything because I had no choice. But yes, I think there are loads of options available. That kind of space around our homes to be the luxury of walking around in the house. But yes, I think you can definitely download your favorite app, follow it, and work out every day. I don't think that can be an excuse. I don't make that an excuse. So try and work around that.
I've been on your Sarva app and it has loads and loads of information. You actually, your Sarva app actually personalizes the
Everything.
exercise
Yes.
routine. Yes.
Yes.
And that's amazing. And not only that, it also connects you with your soul, your mind, because you have meditation, yoga nidra, and a lot of things.
Everything and it's personalized. It's according to you. There are levels. There are beginners, intermediate, advanced. It's not like you are forced to. Oh, you only have to follow this. You have so much to choose from and follow. We have our instructors. You can book your classes online. And I think one of the most amazing things that we have on our app is our sleep app, which is I think there have been so many times where I just put it on and I'm listening to it, and at the end of the day at night, before going to bed, I just listen to it. I think it just calms me. It just makes me feel so much better. And I think a lot of people in the pandemic have had so many sleep issues. So, people have really reached out to us saying that, our sleep app has been superb, which has really helped them. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, people should just check the Sarva app. It's amazing.
Thank you. That's so sweet, sir. Instruction.
You just mentioned that you had COVID and that was the only time you didn't really exercise. So how did you get back to your fitness routine after your COVID?
Oh my God, it was very tough. It was so tough because by now people do know, because so many people have had COVID and so many people have had to deal with the after effects of COVID. It's one thing, whilst you're COVID positive, that is one aspect. And then you have another aspect, which is post-COVID, your recovery. You have so much of your body is going through so much of turmoil, literally. I mean, there's fatigue, there's pain, there's joint pain, there's hair loss, and I had all of it, everything. I had so much. I mean, literally for 2 months I could feel that pain in my knees and in my joints. So yes, it was very, very tough. It took me, I thought the minute I turned negative, I said, chalo, let's go down and walk and run, which was I just wanted to get out there, go out into the open, because of, I was frustrated of sitting and being cooped up in the room. So I went out there, which was one of the biggest mistakes I did, because I started running and jogging, which aggravated all of that even more. You have to really, take it easy, be very careful so that you don't push yourself unnecessarily. And the worst part is the fatigue. I mean, there were days, sometimes I would just touch my toes and barely touch, and I would be like, 5 times I would touch and I'd be like, oh God, I can't do more. I would be exhausted. So a little while till I could get back completely into my routine. It took almost 2 months to feel kind of normal. So be very careful.
That's a lot of time. So, Malaika, I wanted to also ask you that, you are so warm by nature. That's one of your beautiful qualities amongst others. What are your anchoring pillars that keeps you so grounded and so warm?
Oh my God. Okay. I think for me, I would say family and friends. They keep me very, very grounded and very anything. I think the other ones who actually, tell it to you the way it is, and a spade is a spade. They don't mince anything. Nobody in my family minces their words. They tell it to me the way it is. So chance in to act pricey or to be a certain way, because but I would also like to say it's my upbringing. Everybody around is, I think my the kind of values or the upbringing my mother, my family have instilled in me. I think those are, those really I take with me, and I think I try and instill the same values in my son. So yeah, I think, like I said, my family keeps me very, very grounded, whether I like it or not. They don't care. They'll tell me, God, what were you doing? You look awful and that. Terrible. You were overacting. Or you know how it is. They're like, they don't care. They say it the way it is. But at the same time, uh, my family and my friends are also my biggest supporters. I know no matter what, they are my biggest supporters and love me unconditionally.
Uh, but like with fame, a lot of criticism also comes along, just tags along. How do
Absolutely.
you deal with that constant negativity and still manage to stay so positive? How do you not let, your feelings and emotions kind of hold you as hostage and, kind of move on? How do you do that?
Raksha, it is, sometimes it can get very frustrating. I mean, even right now, sitting and talking to you, I mean, we're having such a nice, lovely, easy banter. But even, there are so many people, who have tuned in, and a lot of it, the people are there who show so much of love, they show so much of support. There are also people who say such nasty things, who also try to bring you down, who try to shake your morale. But you know what, I mean, there is no point giving that any kind of importance, because that really has no importance in your life. You should actually be comfortable with yourself. You should be happy with what you have around you. You should be happy with the people that give you love. You should be able to look beyond that. And I think after a point, you become thick skinned. You kind of just block out all the negativity. I genuinely feel I don't have the space for negative people, negativity by itself in my life. I really don't. It's not easy, let me tell you, it isn't. We are in a profession, we are in a space where it's very easy to get bogged down by this negativity. It's very, very easy, because you're dealing with it every single day, and social media has made this kind of hate and this kind of negativity so apparent. I mean, it's become part and parcel. But I think we have to, at some point, you have to just block yourself out there and be grateful for the people, who shower so much of love and support on you. And you have to block that out and just try and imbibe all the positivity around you, and surround yourself with that positivity. That's how I look at it.
True. So, Malaika, when we are around friends and family, and if they are the ones who are kind of, telling us something and we land up into some sort of guilt or shame, or, we land up doing something which did suit our conscience, and that kind of bothers you. So, how do you deal with that, and how do you again get back to your balance?
Uh, in terms of, if my family felt a certain way, is that what you mean? I think,
Yeah.
see, your family always means well. Your family and friends are always people who are your, like I said, who mean well, who are your well-wishers, who are your supporters. They always feel that, and at the end of the day, we also give our family and friends that liberty to have a say in your life, right? I mean, they have that. I mean, at the end of the day, they all have that liberty. So if you didn't give them that liberty, they would never say it. But I do. At least somebody like me, I do. I tell them, feel free to say what you want and what's on your mind. But at the same time, I think I'm a grown up and sensible woman. I will hear what people have to say, but I'm very capable of making my own choices and making my own decisions in life, and I stand by my choices and decisions, and I have no regrets about that. I definitely give everybody around me and all my loved ones and family and friends, I give them enough and more respect to be able to say what they have to say to me, and I listen to them. But I'm a grown, sensible today's woman and a thinking woman, and I think I can perfectly take care of myself and how I need to be.
True. You beautifully mentioned, how you become thick-skinned after a while because you're in that depression and about everything. And I remember a time when, there were comments passed on your butt, and people called you big butted, or there were comments even on your stretch marks at some point. and how beautifully and authentically you dealt with that with so much of poise and grace and confidence. But how does one, a normal human being deal with body shaming? Because that does affect an individual. So
Of
how do you not
course.
do you?
Of course, I think, I mean, somebody like me, maybe it has taken me some time to deal with certain aspects in a certain way, because I have had to work at myself, which means I've had to make myself physically and mentally strong. And I think that's the only way. It's very sad to see, youngsters, having to go through body shaming and having to deal with that. It's definitely not easy. It's a very, very cruel way, a very cruel world, in a lot of ways. And to see children and to see the youth having to deal with it, on a daily level, it is, on a daily basis, is very, very sad. But I think the only way is to be, is not about being thick skinned. I would say it's about being, it's about working on yourself, making yourself stronger physically and mentally, so that you may be able, you're prepared to deal with anything and everything that is thrown or flung, or that comes your way. And you have to rise, above it. And at the end of the day, I'm never going to sit back and let somebody, uh, you know have that liberty to take pot shots at me. I will never let that happen, because like I said, I have worked too hard on myself to be a strong and independent woman that I am today, to let anybody, sit down there in judgment and have, or have a free hand at saying things and get away with it. I don't, no, I don't stand for it at all.
And has this mindset come through practice of yoga, or something else has also helped you build this?
Well, a little bit of everything. I think you've got to find that space in your life. You have to find that balance in your life that gives you that kind of, strength and mentally and physically, to get that pressure off. Unfortunately, we live in a world where there's so much of pressure, whether it's work pressure, family pressure, all sorts of pressure that you're dealing with on a daily basis. So you have to literally find what works for you. So whether it's yoga, whether it's meditation, whether it's self-help books, videos, app, there are so many things that are available out there, counselors, there are various different ways of having to deal with things like this. But the day you decide to take matters in your hand and make a change, that is when your journey starts. That is the day, uh, you know when you can actually, step up and say, you know what, now I have control, and now I will take charge and take control. So that is the day your journey starts with your endeavors to just to be a strong person.
In fact, currently I'm enrolled at a Yale University course,
Mm.
and it mentioned something about AI Joe's fallacy, which said knowledge is half battle won. And what they also said was it's a fallacy, which means knowledge is not really half the battle won. Knowledge and acting upon it is half the battle won, and then you have to get
Absolutely.
there. Stay
Absolutely. You
committed.
could have all the knowledge in the world, and if you're not going to put it to good use, it's really of no use. I mean, sometimes I also think, like, having all the information in the world can be detrimental. Too much of information is disinformation. So yeah, everything in the right balance, everything in the right space, and how you approach it is what is important.
True. But with such a diverse lifestyle of yours, how do you manage, eating well, sleeping on time, getting your fitness routine, making sure you're exercising with all your shoots and the social events and everything? How do you manage that? How do you balance that?
I think women learn to balance. Women are very good at balancing. I mean, maybe if you ask the same question to a guy, he will have a different take on it, because I think guys deal with it differently. Women are just naturally better at balancing various aspects in their life. Very people don't. I mean, very rarely do you. I mean, I think women are just engineered like that. We are programmed. That's how God made us. We are great at balancing all aspects in our life. But at the same time, you have to make space for things that you love to do. Don't waste your time with things that are going to pull you down, bog you down, or because under some social pressure or any pressures. Don't, please, because that's so not worth it. Uh, Start eliminating things that just cause a certain amount of anxiety in your life. Eliminate all of that. I think start understanding that narrow that down, and I think that just helps you, deal with things or tackle things or balance things, as you say, much better.
Yeah, and I think a lot of introspection with commitment to yourself and making sure that you're growing every single day. I think that's the key also to helping you find your balance.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like I said, different. I mean, different strokes for different folks. Literally, that's what it is. But literally, I think we are so, I think we're all people pleasers as humans. ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, इसको भी खुश रखना है, इसको भी खुश करना है, यहाँ भी जाना है. No, it's not necessary. You have to find that balance, and you've got to strike that balance and do the things and work on the things that mean something and have a place in your life. Otherwise, like I said, start eliminating things that don't bring a sense of stability and happiness in your life.
True. What is that, one food that you would not miss, and one kind of exercise that you would not miss through the day?
Raksha, some couple of years back, I turned vegan, and it made such a huge difference to my life. I mean, and honestly, I just did it as, because I wanted to test myself and my body to see whether I could do it. Like you can't do it. Oh, taise nahi hoga. It's very difficult. I said, kyun nahi hoga? Try to kar lete. I said, let me see. And I stayed vegan for almost 2 years. Only now, when I had COVID, I gave it up for a bit because I felt like I needed to eat certain food introduce certain foods in my diet just to get my strength and my, just to get back on track. So I had to stop being vegan in that time. But I can't tell you, that was so amazing. It just felt so good. It just felt so nice. I felt like I could do it. I felt like I achieved something that I could actually, that everybody around me thought that I couldn't, but I actually did it. So, I really felt wonderful about that. One food item that I love, I love biryani. Any kind of biryani. Anything. I can't resist a good biryani. And I don't really have a sweet tooth, but I love having my meetha every now and then. So yeah, that combination of biryani and some meetha, for me, that is my ultimate. Exercise, in terms of exercise, every day I have to do Surya Namaskars. I can't not do Surya Namaskar. I mean, everything else, if I don't, I'm fine. But I have to at least do 6 to 8, 10 Surya Namaskars first thing, just to get my body warmed up and started. That is my best way of actually a warm up. So Surya Namaskar is something that I swear by in my workout routine.
Wow, biryani is my favorite too. And of course, I'm a vegetarian, and
yes.
I turn vegan as well. I mean,
But I love Gujarati food. I love the food that you make in your home. I have tried. It's lovely, yummy food. And thank you for the the ghee that you sent me. Oh, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I love it. I love eating ghee every single day.
That's from our farm. I mean, at our nature care center, we started making that, and we use organic fodder for our cows. So it's organic, it's A2 milk, gift cows, and cultured as well. So I'm very passionate about what we do and grow at our farm, especially.
Please, I know. I know of that. I mean, you sent me in the past also veggies and stuff. So I know how passionate you are about what you do, and I'm so grateful, and thank you so much for sending me that, because it's part and parcel of my daily diet and food. I love it. I can't eat khana without ghee. I love ghee. So yes, thank you so much for that, and please send me all your organic stuff. I love. I will be very happy.
Sure. I remember when Arhan had come to my place and he asked me for a particular vegetable, and I was like, how do you not know about this vegetable? And he's like, my mom loves Gujarati food, but we never had Gujarati food at home. So I'm so happy. So whenever Arhan would come, I think Shan would just kind of tell me, Mom, Arhan's coming, you know which vegetable he likes and which vegetable he likes.
Yes. In fact, yes, I do. The one thing all my Gujarati friends, I always tell them whenever they're like, I'm like, please send for me Gujarati khana, because I love it. I feel in my house we don't really make it so well, but I have a real weakness for Gujarati food. Love.
Cool. Expect a tiffin soon then.
Anytime, always.
So I think maybe we'll one or two questions before we wind up. how has your spiritual journey been? So meditation and mindfulness, I'm sure, must have been a part of your routine to, kind of self grow and discover yourself as well. How have you managed this journey, and how well have you seen yourself grow in that as well?
I've never been a very meditative person. I've never been a very spiritual person. I'm religious. I'm very, but I'm not such a spiritual person by nature. I'm not. And honestly, over time, for me, spending time at home with my son, uh, him catching up, playing a board game, the two of us watching a movie, or we, cooking something in the kitchen together, something that I want to cook for him, taking my dog down for a walk, spending, watching a movie at home with my family. For me, all of this is very spiritual. For me, all of this is very therapeutic. For me, it's very meditative. Uh, these are the things that keep me sane. These are the things that keep me happy. These are the things that help me grow as a person as well. I mean, literally, sometimes, like you said, knowledge, you read a book, you kind of see things differently, you learn something, a book helps you, view the world differently. A conversation with somebody helps you, view things differently. The kind of friends that you have, the kind of exposure that one gets when you travel around the world, the different kinds of people that you meet, my work, the kind of work that I'm in, because we meet so many people, so I feel for me, all of that has helped me uh, be a better person in a sense where I feel I'm far more rounded, far more aware, intellectually, or whether it is spiritually, because these are the things that actually keep me going. These are the things that drive me. And whether it means working on something new, whether it is wanting to start something, whether it is wanting to partner with somebody, sometimes, like I said, even conversations with my partner, Sarvesh. I mean, sometimes talking to him, it gives me so much of insight into things, which is so different. Doing live sessions like this, I think sometimes you get to meet, you get to hear somebody's point of view. Webinars which you're part of, it just opens up your mind. And I think now we're like sponges. You just want to absorb everything. So for me, honestly, these are my areas of that have helped me, maintain a certain spiritual way in my life. Like I said, I'm not a spiritual person per se, but these are the things around me that have helped me, achieve a certain sort of spiritual path in my life. And
Sure, and
and
I think
the
you
kind
seem to
and
be.
for me, sorry, for me, me time is very important, very very important. I'm the kind of person that I need to lock my door and be in my room and by myself. For me, that's very meditative. I need to do that. I need to just, you know spend time with myself and just unwind, introspect, be, just be with myself, be with nature. When I sit among with my plants outside, I feel very calm, I feel very happy. So yeah, so these are the things that really help me introspect and just work on myself wherever I think as a person I need to work at.
Yeah. I think everybody's understanding of spirituality is very different.
Yes, true, very true.
So yeah, I think just being mindful of wherever you are, where just being present in the now and dealing with things
Yes,
around. I think that's what
being
spiritual.
mindful, showing up some sort of empathy, some sort of self help, being, helpful to others, to be to be accepting of people. I think these are the things that actually help me, at least, follow that certain path that I need to follow to keep me sane.
Yeah, and I think even giving back to the society, that's also
Absolutely.
one beautiful thing that you are doing currently. So which is so amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raksha. Thank you so much. It was wonderful chatting with you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for chatting with me. And thank you, everybody out there who tuned in. Our Insta family out there, thank you for being part of our session today. And I hope it was informative.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much. It was a
Raksha.
lovely session.
Lots and lots of love to Shan and your husband and everybody at home. And take care, stay safe. And everybody out there, don't forget, mask up and get vaccinated. Very, very important.
Chan especially sent his love. He's currently in LA. and he especially sent his love to you and Arhan, and
Thank
said
you
he
so
couldn't
much.
join for the live session, but he's going to watch us.
Right, sending all our love right back to Shan.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Raksha. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, guys. Bye, Malaika. My honor to have you.